have a one of the. I think we only got like what 2 T4 games left in this season. I think this is the second last one. But anyways, it's Forsaken Angels versus Team Kermit to finish it off. And I'm not entirely certain as to both teams were ready, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I ended up being a little late, so I'm a little behind on everything that's going on.
Traveling to Nepal.
All right. Oh, Nepal was first. I like it.
I love Nepal.
Indeed. Now, this is actually pretty much a decide. Oh no, this is actually the final game for T5 because I think between this game determines the final position for Team Kermit, whether they're fourth or third. So they are fighting for a third place in this matchup right now.
Oh, that's nerve-wracking.
Ready for battle.
Alright, let's see what we got going on here. So, oh yes, I forgot too. We're gonna actually get to see some echo in this. It's gonna be pretty fantastic. Alright, so we have Ginger Healers actually taking on some of the echo action here. So it's gonna be that versus the Pharmacy. Question's gonna be, is the Mercy on the other team gonna end up pocketing the Ash or pocketing the... Actually, it doesn't look like they're being a pocket at all, really. Oh, and there's the first pick on Angel's side. Nice little swift fire strike right through the core group, landing a killing blow. Kermit is still trying to keep this little range, trying to pull the tank off, doesn't quite get anything. Meanwhile, the barrage, the Far is just pummeling over top of the shields right now. They're going to actually want to get some contesting on this Far, otherwise she's just going to end up... I mean, she's almost at ult, right? So she's just getting all the farm. Ginger Healer stuck on that wall, almost does not make it out, but she manages to. Almost didn't.
I see. Oh no!
No way! Move back! Just point me in the right direction. Spotted for your safety. Please move behind the barrier. Where does it go? Damage increase.
Alright, now it looks like they're kind of splitting up their two tanks from the rest of their team with no supports with them. The supports are actually kind of like the front line at the moment for Team Kermit. This is not very well coordinated, it feels.
Yeah, that's a little worrisome.
This is... I mean, unless the entire point is to draw people's attention away, out comes the Diva, getting earth-shattered. Probably not going to be able to get the, charge that they ended up needing in order to actually get the bomb. Oh, I thought she was going to fall off the ledge. Bomb does come out, doesn't catch anybody in it, but we do happen to have the two Mercy struggling to keep their people alive. And it's looking like this fight is going the way of Angelz here. And this will be a round 1 for Angelz.
That was fast.
1-0. Ready for battle.
Let's get you healed up.
I ain't much for waiting around.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture.
Alright, so we're going to be seeing a similar makeup. They've just swapped out the Sigma for D.Va, while the Angels here are actually pretty much rocking the same thing. Actually, I don't think they had the McCree before.
They had Soldier before.
Yes, it was Soldier. It was still hit scan, but making the change up, and I think that the movement that they're gonna have with the Reinhardt for getting 2-point and taking it and being aggressive and everything is definitely gonna end up being a bit stronger than the slower pace of the that the Arisa can do. Now that she's actually on point, it's actually not so bad, but the rest of the team hasn't followed in with her. Give her that support. So she's gonna be like solo target for everybody. Oh, and a couple picks off from Ginger Healer on the 2 tanks. It does actually end up giving them what they need in order to actually take control of that point. I mean, Lucio is trying to stall it out as long as possible, but he's just going to get himself staggered, like, hard. The rest of the team's not going to end up being able to get there in time, and...
Yeah, now they have to wait for him to respawn and get back to them.
It is unfortunate, but that's the way it goes.
Get into position.
And they've got a nice... Now that they've actually got the bunker all set up, they should actually be kind of solid at this point. They just got to make sure they keep those angles. Right now, they got to take care of that Reaper that's in their, trying to get into their back line. D.Va's trying to force them out. Good peel, actually, there from Chuckle. Oh, and a good charge on the Vixen. That opens it up for Angelz to start mowing through them. Oh, Angelz TK, yeah, that was the carry play right there. Huge fire strike.
Switch on Kermit to Junkrat. Oh.
Yeah, they did decide to get off of the Echo for the time being. I don't know. Ooh, actually, Fornicus actually accidentally jumps out in front of it when he had a shield right there for him.
Yeah.
We got the frontline Junkrat just trying to pressure out this shield so they can start moving on in.
Ooh, a nano boosted Junkrat? Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Could be heavy hitters, but she's got to land those nades in order to actually get use out of it. And it doesn't look like they actually managed to, but it did help to build up some of the ult charge. And 2 go down. Jedi and Vixen both fall to the bomb. Soul basically securing this team fight right then and there. Everybody should have just tried backing out or suiciding at that point from Kermit. I'm number 1. Oh, and taken out of his ult. Amnesia does end up getting a final finishing blow on him.
Bob putting in the work.
Bob does end up taking out a little bit of their attention while they could actually end up getting themselves situated on point. Should allow them to take it back, unless Angelz ends up getting another couple picks. No, actually, Grung taking out...
Oh,
yeah, that's...
no. Got a little messy there.
Oh, most definitely. I kind of feel like a lot of that was fairly messy.
Yeah.
At least more so on Team Kermit's side. During the first round and everything, when the supports were by themselves, the one damage ended up going off by themselves, and then the tanks took an entirely alternate route. That it tells me something close to the lines of, you know, probably some communication issues or something along those lines, of what the plan exactly was, but the mess is definitely going to cost them.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Alright, map 2, where are we gonna see?
Let's check it out. Oops. 1,
They want Hollywood. All right.
Fun.
That is a favorite of mine.
Are we still
I love
changing
Hollywood.
The data center? Do you know?
Oh, is Angelz EU?
I don't know. That's what I was asking. I'm not quite sure.
I typically don't do it unless it's asked for anyways.
Okay.
Mainly because we are an NA league.
Okay.
So that's just my take on it. Alright, and we got the new... Yep, so both NA.
Yep. Both NA and both ready.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Hollywood, I love this one. This is great for dive attacking. Although I don't see the lower tiers being able to have the coordination to actually end up doing this. They're doing it properly, so it's... Or dive in general, properly.
Yeah.
Not to where it gets to its strongest point.
Yeah.
So as much as I would love to see it, I don't foresee it
Yeah.
panning out.
I'm not paying you for your
As someone who plays a lot, well, in DPS and tank, unfortunately, I've been hit with the bronze. Very sad time. Half in the chat. And I've tried to coordinate with people, say, hey, let's try this. And everybody's like, Wrecking Ball Diva, let's go, we can do this. And I'm like, alrighty. I'll say so.
We're gonna see the Reaper, sorry, yeah, we're gonna see a Reaper Genji on their defense.
Interesting.
It'd actually be a great time for them to actually try and rock Farah, or Pharmacy, on the Kermit side. I mean, the only thing that could really contest them is a Diva.
Yeah.
Is the Diva really on that one? Maybe having a little bit of BMG trying to tickle it, but there's not going to be enough damage on that to deal with the Pharmacy. But the Rein Zarya versus Rein Diva, it's I like the choice here because both teams, one can, I mean, obviously the Rein Zarya is a little bit more aggressive. Can actually add basically a, well, I mean, both Diva and Zarya are essentially fucking mini DPS or pseudo DPS. Yeah, and they forced them around the corner. Diva getting slept off in the server room. Oh, but they end up waking her up before anything goes on, and the charge gets missed by Chuckle.
Oh, is that Reaper behind?
Oh yeah,
Oh, it
Reaper
is.
off on their DPS lineup, forcing them to actually hold off on this attack. They're gonna have to push up. This actually would be a great time for Angelz to actually make the call out to say, hey, just like rush in, clean them up.
There he goes again, back line.
Hey, I mean, if you can live there for free, then
Exactly.
nobody's contesting it. I mean, this would be the great time that they could actually be trying to switch over to something to actually try and take out the that Reaper who's going to constantly be in the back line. Getting a Diva, at least, instead of the Zarya may have helped, because he could actually end up DMing him and calling out everybody to focus it. Can't do squat, can't heal, anything, and wow, he was just in the middle of them, and
Yeah.
some of them weren't able to even see where he was. Out comes the Shatter, but there's not really a whole lot of people there to help follow up, so he's got to do it himself, taking out both the Reaper and one of their supports. might be enough to actually push them through aggressively, because they're kind of got the numbers advantage, even though they don't have the shield tank. But they're going to want to end up having their Zarya kind of get, you know, somewhat in front. Oh, and Ryan has returned, so this actually should be the point where they can start doing a little bit of steamroll in this. But a Reaper ult taking out 3 stops this push.
Oh, Amnesia used the sleep instead of for the Reaper for the Diva.
And that was a clutch play there from George Boy, coming in the right moment in the right time. That's just timing and sorry, not even positioning. It's just essentially just, you know, right place, right time. Out comes the bomb. Does pick off official, preventing yet another push. They're not going to have half of their team almost. And Soldiers still kind of hanging out way in front. Oh, and this is BMG just not respecting the enemy lineup, jiving out in front on top of them. Meanwhile, Reaper, both of them have basically ended up throwing their lives away by getting way too deep. Oh, and a nice little aggressive lamp coming out from Jedi there, just to kind of give them a lot of room. D.Va's just sneakily up on top of Juice right now. Out comes the blade, misses. Oh no, never mind, he actually got Amnesia out of it. Is this going to be another clutch take when they should not have won this fight?
Not at all.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Do it out.
Time's running out. Let's keep them back.
And that is the first round, being a full hold for Angelz.
0-0. Switching sides.
All right, so they just got to get 33%. You know, with their seem to be a little bit more coordinated, so I think they should actually be able to pull off the 33%. And then I'm gonna see if Kermit could actually get their players a little bit more synchronized. Maybe they can actually pull off a reverse sweep if that ends up happening.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Well, I'm not paying you for your acting ability. Let's get moving.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Alright, so we got them coming in for their initial push. They're a little bit more separated. They're going to go with a Doomfist and Echo. Interesting idea. I mean, they're probably going to play Echo close to how Pharah's played, just get in on the thing. Normally, though, you typically want to be playing Echo kind of like Doomfist.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of going into those, like, opportunities and stuff like that and being a little bit more on the passive, not as much of a flanker or a diver. But they are getting the picks they need. They did happen to get, oh yeah, they're just gonna have to clean up the tank lineup here, and yeah, and that actually will be the map 2 going to them. Nobody's gonna get back in time from Team Kermit. And that was a quick, so we're at a 2-0. And we're only, what, 15 minutes into the match. This could actually be a very quick game if Kermit can't get their guys synchronized. This was actually a pretty good timing of him being able to return. I mean, simply just hitting triangle, but I mean, you know, right place, right time.
Yeah.
It just happened to be in a moment where they did happen to, you know, they were losing the fight at that point in time, and he just completely turned it around during that play.
And it was because he just went unchecked. He was able to just waltz on in, and they just couldn't do anything about it. Oh, man. Alrighty.
Alright. So let's see where they're going to end up wanting to go now. Alright, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of these standings at this point in time, because I'm pretty sure this is the final game for Tier 5. Let's go to Hammond's quarters. Alright, looking at the schedule. So we have, okay, so tonight is the Forsaken Kermit game. I think this is the last Tier 4 game.
Oh.
Of the season. Yeah. It's the final Tier 4 game. Mini Cattle was supposed to, but they had actually forfeited their last 2 games. In general, so this actually will be the deciding factor. I mean, Team Kermit, if they win this at all they have to do is win, and they will actually secure their spot as third. If they happen to lose, they still, even with the forfeits from Mini Cattle, will come in last place for the season, unfortunately. So this is kind of their big fight right now. Fight to stay in it.
Yep. That's always the worst fight. I feel like I'd just sweat bullets the whole time. I'd be like the sweatiest player. Just like... And I play support a lot, so like imagine just the sweaty support player. Like you expect it from like DPS or something, but nope. With my little Mercy pistol flying around.
Alright, and we do seem to see Wizard Guy coming in for Ginger Healer. Yeah, make sure that Ginger Healer is set to spectate red only.
I just went over, as soon as he said that, I was trying to click on it. I'm like, why does it keep saying switch? I didn't realize I didn't back out of the little move tab.
Okay. And are we just waiting on... Oh, you have them also in queue.
Oh!
You moved them to red teams. You want to put them into spectate red only.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's what I pressed.
Yeah. There are 2 different options.
Because it moved it to the top, so my brain just didn't process it. I was just like, yep. And then I looked, when you said that, I was like, huh. I wonder it looks a little different. Angelz, you ruined it. Oh boy. We'll figure it out later, buddy. We'll figure it out later.
Alright, so ready check is out. Making sure that they...
Oh,
Yep.
Okay, because I sent it and then they just started asking all these questions. I was like, oh,
I think that they ended up getting it. Got lost in there because...
oh.
Yep, so both teams are ready.
Oh my goodness.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Alright, Volskaya, or 2CP. Everybody's favorite map type being assault, right? Right?
Actually, yesterday I had a really great game on this map. It lasted
Oh, yeah?
20 minutes of going back and forth. Quite a time. It was just like, they would come in, they just took both points. And then we would come in, just took both points, and it just went on like that for the rest of the night.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
All we can go for is highlighting our message. Oh, yeah! Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading the messages from chat.
Oh yeah, what, the Twitch chat, or
Yes.
what we got going on there?
Can I be on his? They're talking about Burn 2 Rocks with
Defend objective
334 hours on so. Oh, wait a second. Before I go to chat, can we talk about this old reliable I see right here?
What's the old reliable?
Bastion.
Oh!
Bastion.
It's gonna be a hard time for, they're gonna have to actually end up getting in on that Bastion real quick too, because you're not gonna want to play the shield game with just a Reinhardt and everything there. Oh, and the Bastion is moving out. Somebody, the Reaper, has actually pulled them away. He does get picked. It probably would have been better had he actually dropped onto point to pull them away like that as the team was ready to regroup, start pushing through choke. If that was the goal, that may have been just timing issues or something there, or he's just...
Maybe thought he could take out the Bastion without anybody really walking right across.
Then again, with everybody in the front line there, probably not the easiest. Oh, and I mean, Soul will push his Milk Boy out. Angelz gets the nice pick on Chuck. They're just going to delay even more time on their end. We're already down to 2.5 minutes.
What is going on back there? I see some. Oh no.
Alright, yet again we got the Reaper who's going to try and pull people back. This time they actually give the opportunity for the team to start sneaking through that choke. Bastion does get a chance to set up. The charge is missed They get to sleep on the Bastion, but not able to follow through. He is rotating around. They get the Shatter off. Will they be able to get the 2? Nope, they aren't able to get the 2 picked from the Shatter. There was a lot of the team that weren't around with the rest of the squad. Now they seem to be a little bit split up. That Zarya's in a lot of trouble right now. Jedi's struggling to keep him alive, and they're just chasing him down. Vixen staggered out. And now Jedi's not in a good spot, much like the Sombra. And this is going to end up going bad. They're just going to need us. They just need to kind of quit and group up at the moment.
Yeah, they're trickling in there.
Where's the Widowmaker at? That just popped the thing.
She was at spawn.
She was at spawn for it. Oh, okay.
You can get each other.
I mean, right now, Angelz has like a pretty nice little. Actually, the fact that Anna was actually trapped in that one room did not bode well. They waited in order to get that stagger out. Oh, nice little play, lamp from Jedi in an attempt to keep everybody alive, but Chuck did actually happen to notice himself and get the shield up in time. They still gotta wait for their primary support, who has just arrived with them. Now they are, actually there's still only 5 there, I think,
to be honest, I don't.
Team, 30 seconds remaining.
You know, I don't really like the Widow here anymore.
Yeah, Widow's going to be a really tough call. You're going to be able to be pulled out from the D.Va quite regularly. You're not really going to be able to do anything about that Bastion, which is the real threat here. I mean, I like how Wizard Guy has gone with that. Oh, and unfortunate timing for the EMP because, you know, a third of his team went down before it came out. They didn't have a whole lot of time to begin with, so he kind of just had to go for it. There was no time to actually end up correcting it.
Yeah. Even a Junkrat might have done a little better to get that Bastion, who is basically immobile when he's in turret form. So all those grenades and everything could have just gone through. And they were pretty grouped up.
Ready for battle.
Chat says the I need to win button has been pushed. Shatter EMP.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I think this is going to be a quick game. This is not looking well. Angelz looks more equipped to deal with Bastion right now.
Yeah, their makeup right now, I think, is going to end up doing very well against this Bastion comparatively. They're going to be able to use that D.Va in order to actually provide the Ryan a little reprieve with the DM instead of his shield just taking everything. They just don't happen to have anything to deal with that Pharah, well, with exception to the Bastion, but the Bastion's job's not to be taking care of that. See that? The nice easy first start to the fight with the Pharah there. And this is looking like it's going to actually be a full-on 3-0. Yep. Clean up. 3-0. Just as we hit the 30-minute mark. Well, Forsaken Angelz, congratulations. You guys have got another win under your belt. And the official standings, I guess at this point, for Tier 4 are Titans, who've actually taken the #1 spot for Tier 4 for the season. Titans with 5 wins, 1 loss. Forsaken Angelz had 4 wins, 2 losses. Kermit in third. Sorry, Cattle in third with 2 wins, 4 losses, and Team Kermit with 1 win and 5 losses. So, first Titans, second Forsaken Angels, Mini Cattle have third, and Team Kermit have 4th place. So congrats, Angels, for basically securing your second place win for the season. Yeah. All right, so.
Oh boy. Whew. So I actually don't know what the next games are. So I guess
I'm just going to announce this here in the chat real quick here for them.
In terms of MVP, and I just don't know. It was kind of a messy game, you know. Huh.
All right, so if you actually happen to have your thoughts on an MVP.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Sorry, I was like,
I was trying to think about that too, because there was
I don't know.
some intense stuff there. Yeah, I'm kind of torn right now because between Angelz, Soul, Angelz and Soul pretty much are my two. I mean, Soul had some pretty much like heavy carry main tank stuff there. Sorry, Angel had some pretty heavy main tank carry plays there. But Soul Wolf actually was continually contesting any of those flankers, making sure that, like, I don't know, that the Diva was, you know, pretty integral, I feel. So that's where my head is at for.
I can get behind that.
Yeah? Alright.
It's just really hard for me to, like, decide. It was just so messy that I was trying to keep up with everything, and I was like, I have no idea what's happening, but I'm gonna. Yeah. And for MVPs.
And then we have honorable mentions.
Yeah, I'm sorry, honorable mentions. I feel like George did a lot with that Reaper on second point, on first point. Was it George that was far first point? So, I don't know.
Yeah, he was the Reaper.
Oh, he was the Reaper on first point. Okay.
Well, on their defense, I can't remember on offense so much.
Wait, first point was
You're talking about for Hollywood? Or you mean first map?
First map.
First map. Yeah, he may have actually been the far on that one.
We did two. We didn't do a regular payload map, did we? Hold on. I don't think this went well. Wait a minute. I think it got messed up.
And then if we ended up wanting to do that, I'm gonna end up giving Jedi actually probably on my vote for honorable mention on Kermit.
I can do,
His Baptiste, like you could tell that he actually had a little bit more experience on, like he had some good aggressive lamp positions to help out the team and everything like that. A couple solid like clutch heals and stuff like that. So I think that's where I'm gonna sit there.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, do you know what the next games are? I have no idea what the next games are.
Sorry?
I said, do you know what the next games are?
Our next games this weekend is actually pretty chock full of games. We actually have, it's actually a really busy T3 weekend.
Okay.
Since that's primarily the bulk of what we actually have left in the schedule. Most of our schedule I think we got 2 more Tier 1 games, one of which this weekend, one of which is next weekend. The rest of our games are pretty much all Tier 3. We have Battle Cattle tomorrow versus Rebel, which will be their... They actually still got 3 games, actually. And Rebel has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games left in the next, 2 weeks. So this weekend they have... Rebel faces Battle Cattle, and then on Sunday they face Northbourne.
Oh, nice.
So we got Battle Cattle, Rebel tomorrow at 1, Knights Templar, Brave Vesperia tomorrow 3 o'clock. ADL and Submerge OW will be our Tier 1 game of the weekend tomorrow at 8 p.m. all Eastern Time Zone. And then our Sunday is actually also has 3 games: Rebel versus Northbourne at 2:30. Knights versus Yukahami at 4:30, and Battle Cattle versus Brave Vesperia at 8 p.m. So Brave Vesperia, Battle Cattle, Knights Templar, and Rebel all have 2 games each this weekend.
Nice.
So they are going to be very, very busy, perhaps a little burnt out, so we'll have to see how that ends up going. I'm sure we'll end up having a post or something like that for everyone to see the games coming up so they can actually watch some of their friends play.
Yeah.
But I think that does it for now.
Absolutely. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us, all of the viewers, and your lovely comments. Very fun to read. And
Indeed.
I hope we see you guys again in the next games.